Welcome to another inventRight TV show. Stephen, we have a great guest tonight, don't we?
Absolutely, we do, Andrew. And I'm very excited to be part of this broadcast because it's important for everybody to know.
So, Steve and I didn't do the introduction for who we are, Steve. So, Steve and I have been coaching and mentoring inventors for 11 years. Today, we're going to interview the executive director of the Edison Awards. His name is Frank Bonfilia. And he's going to tell us what the Edison Awards is, some of the past winners. It's a fascinating awards show, isn't it, Stephen?
Well, I was there, and I got to experience black tie New York City competing against some of the large major companies basically in the world. And I was there, and I was part of it. Very cool. I can tell anybody that's got an idea, and Frank's going to talk a little bit more about it, but when you have an innovation and you're proud of it and it's making a difference, this type of award, this type of organization can get that message out to a lot of people. And Frank's going to talk a little bit more about it, but it helped my business. It gave us visibility. It was a spectacular night, and I cannot thank you enough for that, Frank.
Welcome, Frank.
Well, thank you for having me. I certainly appreciate it. And Steve, I still remember the day you showed up in your tuxedo in New York and received the award. I believe it was for AccuDial.
That's right.
If I may be.
We won 2 awards that night, one for AccuDial, and we won one for So You. We had a beverage, 2 different companies, but my same technology. But what a spectacular evening. Wonderful.
And it just goes to show you that you don't have to be a big company. You can be a small innovator working out of your garage or a small laboratory and create something and commercialize it and be nominated for an Edison Award.
Andrew, I'll tell you.
Steve, everybody's wondering, so what is the Edison Awards? Maybe Frank can tell us.
I'd be proud to tell you. So for the last 27 years, the Edison Awards has served as a platform to recognize and honor not just a product or a service that's been innovated, but actually the team behind it. So we recognize at the Edison Awards products based on really 4 criteria. That's the concept, the value, the delivery, and the impact. And we recognize that a lot of these small companies just don't have a platform to say, hey, I'm here, I've created a game changer, see me. And buy me or learn more about me. And the Edison Awards historically has served as that platform. So on an annual basis, we bring some of the top minds in innovation together who've nominated for an Edison Award. We have a steering committee that looks at, we probably research several thousand products a year, of which we get several hundred nominations, of which we honor probably about the top 100 products from around the world that we're considered game changers. This year, on April 29th and 30th, we will be for the first time in San Francisco. The Edison Awards is a 2-day program where we learn, network with each other on the first 2 days, and then the gala event, which is a black tie prefer event, is held, and we acknowledge everybody with either the gold, the silver, or the bronze award for that respective year.
Andrew, it was one of the highlights of my career.
Well, I want to know, Frank, was he very gracious in an acceptance speech, or did he do a crazy Hollywood acceptance speech? How was it?
Well, it's not really done that way, Andrew. But,
you don't get up there and accept.
But there's a lot of people there some of the big companies like Apple, and when I was there, Apple won, Coke won, Nike won, Ford won one. Wow. You're playing and Frank, I love that he said this. I don't care if you're innovating in your garage, to have the platform and be acknowledged for your hard work in front of that group of experts was probably like one of the highlights of my career. And you can compete at that level. And I don't think, sometimes we're so small that maybe we don't have the budgets that Frank mentioned. Maybe we don't get the recognition. But that award that evening, we were able to leverage that to our potential customers. In fact, when I send out emails to companies I want to reach out, I will use that in my tagline, Edison Award winner. And it gets them to open that up every time. So
Nice.
it's a very prestigious award, and I was very, very pleased to be part of it. And it's a big deal. If you're in the world of products, innovation, and making a difference, you need to know about this.
What's the range of products, Frank, that people are nominated for?
It differs every year. Like Steve mentioned, it really is a product. It is a platform that recognizes and honors. But it also allows the companies to have a point of differentiation if they're in a crowded space. For this year, for example, some of the trends that we're seeing is clearly wearables is a trend. We're also got a really cool product out of the Bay Area called Theranos. So if you go through the process of getting your blood taken, that a doctor has to prescribe. You have to go get to a phlebotomist to get your blood taken. You have to wait for the results for your doctor to get back to you. With one drop of blood, Theranos has created a product that you can go into a Walgreens, get any blood test taken there. Within 3 hours, you will have a call from Walgreens or an email from Walgreens explaining the results of that blood test.
Oh.
That's one product that I think you'll start to see. They launched in Phoenix. I believe they're in a couple of different states. The company is about 3 years old currently. If we go down to more of the garage aspects of invention, this year we've got a really nifty product called Paint Handy. And if you can imagine having a frisbee size, a frisbee in your hand with a sponge in it, you can pour up to a quart of paint into that piece, completely flip over that frisbee, and no paint will be released. This is used so you don't have to walk up the ladder and use a bucket of paint and have spill that paint. The Paint Handy was developed by someone out of, I believe it's Tulsa, Oklahoma, in his garage. That just gives you kind of the breadth and depth of some of the products that were nominated this year.
Grassroots, cool.
We also have some very large ones. The Lenovo Yoga tablet is receiving some great reviews. We've got a product called 9450, which uses sensors in a basketball or even a soccer ball. And it actually can report back on your iPhone how to perfect your shot regardless of where you are on that court.
Steve, you were a basketball player. You'd love that one, huh?
Yeah, hey, sometimes you need any help you can get.
But Frank, you might not know this about Steve, but Steve was at a basketball game once, and he won a small car by making a free throw from the half.
No, it's
half court.
It's a half court shot.
Yeah. Hey, I know I'm not a basketball guy, but I know. But you made it. One shot, you get three or one?
Sometimes you get lucky.
How many shots did you get?
You only get one shot to make it. So
only one shot, and you made it, and you won a car.
Yes, that evening.
And then, what, did you sell it, and you bought your wife a ring or something?
Andrew, yes.
I'm sorry, I outed Stephen on this one. But anyway, you could use that product.
I just want to wrap up and tell Frank, thank you very much for sharing our audience, the Edison Awards, what it's all about. How far before we end this, how far in advance? How can people find out more about it? How can they enter? Tell us what they need to do.
EdisonAwards.com is our website. People can enter starting, the open call for nominations is in September. We encourage you to enter early. There is a small entrance fee as we progress towards the end of nominations, which is usually the middle of December. That fee tends to increase a little bit. So September of 2014, please have your nominations available at EdisonAwards.com. You're also welcome to attend. You probably won't get tickets to the gala, but you can get tickets to the entire program. That is April 29th and 30th this year in San Francisco at the Julia Morgan Ballroom. Before I let you go, I wanted to add that we have two honorees who receive our most prestigious award, the Edison Achievement Award. You'll have the opportunity to meet these folks. This year it's Elon Musk of Tesla and SpaceX, and Yang Yuan King, the chairman and CEO of Lenovo Corporation.
Cool.
it's such a networking opportunity too, because it's when I was there, it's a couple-day event. You get to meet some wonderful individuals, great networking, wearing a black tie, great dinner. It's a big deal, Andrew, and I'm sure glad Frank came on to share that with
Well,
everybody.
yeah, thank you so much, Frank, for helping our listeners and our readers and our watchers, right? Steve, I'm used to doing the radio show. I'm saying our listeners, but our watchers understand more about this. So EdisonAwards.com, Frank Bonfilia, he is executive director for the Edison Awards. Thank you so much. We'll make sure to include a link down at the bottom so you guys can click on the link and go directly to the site. Also, you can check out our website and give us a thumbs up for the show, and or a thumbs down or a thumbs up's better.
Never
But
down.
no, we haven't got any thumbs downs yet, Stephen. But now I'm cursing us by saying that. But anyway, so Steve and I, we've been helping educate and mentor inventors for the last 11 years. Our website's inventRight.com. Frank's website's EdisonAwards.com. Thank you so much, Frank.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
All right, take care. See everybody. Take care. Keep inventing. Catch up with you on the next InventRight TV show.